All right. We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, from Sudbury, Ontario, this individual is a former ESO Cup silver medalist for the Sudbury Lady Wolves in 2018-19 and also spent some time in the PWHL playing for the Mississauga Hurricanes. Just recently, she took home a silver medal at the U Sports National Championship in Charlottetown, PEI, where she represented Nipissing University in a historical run that no other Nipissing sports team has accomplished. Another reason why Mason and I have made a fantastic choice of attending Nipissing University. We are pleased to welcome to the Behind the Bench podcast, Katie Chomiak. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
That
was so long.
She was smiling the whole time. I think you did a good job, buddy. Good job.
Really hyping me up there. Oh my god.
Well, exactly. We got to start firing off all cylinders right up the hop. Yeah. So, Katie, what's up right now? What are you up to?
Oh, nothing really. Like hockey's like all done now. Like we're not practicing, so like I'm basically just like getting ready for all my exams, like all the other assignments that are due.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff. So obviously, Kate, I think it's now a couple weeks that you guys have been in Nashville. Take us through that experience. What was it like being there?
It was really cool. Like I've never really like been anywhere except for like Toronto. Like I've only been on a plane once before. And like I'm really afraid of flying now that I know that about myself. I'm like, I'm not like that. The way back was awful. Like I thought I was gonna puke. Like it was awful. But actually like Charlottetown was like so like beautiful. Like so many coffee shops, like little like jewelry shops. Like it was, and they were all like walking distance from our hotel. So we would all just kind of like, whenever we had like downtime, which was like not very often, like we would just kind of like go walk around and explore. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah, no doubt. PI, that's a bucket list. I definitely want to head out to PI. It's beautiful there.
What don't you like about planes, Katie? Is it the takeoff? Is it like
yeah.
I don't know. Like I looked out the window and I saw water and I was like, oh shit. Like I don't know. I did not like it at all.
All right. That's funny. Well, it's safe to say we won't see Katie on a plane, too often. Only when she needs to go to a national championship.
Yeah, I'll nationals and that's it.
Oh man, love that. So taking it back to the start of the year, Katie, did you know that this team had what it took to make this historical run? Like, was it a goal of yours to make it this far as a team? Like, what was the vibe at the start of the year?
Well, I wasn't really sure because like obviously I played on Laurentian last year, so like I don't really know, like I didn't have a lot of experience of like what a good team was in the OUA, like but I knew everybody was like really good. Like I could tell just by like from our practices and stuff, and like as we started kind of like going on with the season, I don't know, we just like started to gel. And then it was hard though because we had like 6 games first semester, that's it. And then we kind of had like 2 months off, like December and then like January we had like all those like COVID restrictions, so then like we were not even like together for like 2 months. And then like after that we just kind of like, I don't know, we just kind of like dialed in like so yeah, I had no idea though that we were going to do that, but
Yeah, no, it's like one of the craziest seasons to think about, right? Like, so that 2 months off, you guys like weren't on the ice at all, or what was that about?
Like there was, I think, like I know some girls like went to the ODR and stuff, and like I went to the ODR like a couple times. Like I go hard at the ODR. If you ever been there.
Nip, you practicing at the ODR, I love it.
Yeah, but like I remember, like I don't think I was on the ice for like a month at one point. Like
that's crazy.
How long. Yeah, and I'm like, it was brutal because I'm like all these other, I think like even PW was like able to practice and stuff, and like we weren't because like we're not elite or whatever, like all that. So
yeah, right.
That was like the tough part, but like whatever.
Right. Well, it was a full sprint when you guys got back, and obviously it paid off, Tom.
Did you guys have to do any Zoom workouts? I assume so.
Oh, like no, we do not do that. We have this like app and you kind of just like track on that, but
oh, for sure you track. Oh yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, like a lot of the girls though, like this is probably the best team of like fitness that I've been on. Like everybody is like in really good shape. Like there's
Okay.
nobody who's like out of shape on this
Right.
team. Yeah.
Right. So you mentioned Laurentian earlier. Let's talk a little bit about the transition from Laurentian to Nipissing. Like, how was that for you? Obviously, joining the new team for the first time.
Um, yeah, like that whole transition was pretty crazy, but it was like pretty like obviously I knew Burge and like
Right.
she's the one who actually like texted me because I guess when we folded, Turk like asked Burge if she knew anyone from Sudbury like on that team and like she knew me obviously, so like she just reached out and then like I emailed Turk and like he was like if you want to come play, you can come play. So then I did.
And then it
But yeah,
worked out.
it was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it worked out. So
So this year for you on an individual standpoint, how did you think you did? Obviously, you had 7 points in 14 games, but how was this year for you?
um it was like I feel like I always kind of start off slower and especially with only having 6 games in
Right.
the first semester and then like we basically had like a month and a half, 2 months off or whatever. And I was kind of like and I only got 1 point. I think I got 1 assist in those 6 games. So I was kind of like being hard on myself, like, oh, like I should have like scored by then or whatever.
Right.
Um, but then I don't know, at the end, kind of like when we were in playoffs and like all there, I just kind of felt like I was like buzzing.
Buzzing.
That was like my
Hey,
word. Yeah.
hey, points don't matter, Katie. Come on, points do not matter.
No, and you know what? I said, I was saying to one of my friends, they're like, "Oh, I hope you score," and I was like they're saying this to me at nationals, and I was like, I don't even care if like I score. Like, it's not even about me at this point. Like, it's about if we win. Like, I don't care who
Nice.
scores. Like, I want somebody to score. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
Nice.
love that. Love that. That's awesome. And obviously, I mean, what a run! Like, and
yeah,
it was all in a matter of 3 games. I remember we were talking to Burge about it. Just like how you guys kind of dialed it in, like you said, and you beat UFT, which was a big win. I know that. So take us through those 2 games heading into the OUA finals that you guys pulled off against UFT, I believe, was Ryerson. So yeah, take us through those.
yeah. So, um, Ryerson, we played. I think we beat them 4-1 or 3-1, maybe I forget. But Ryerson, like I just felt like we were going in like with a good mentality. Like we're like, hey, like we want to do this. Like we really wanted to do this. And it's like you can't just like have the mentality of like, oh, I want to win or like I hope we win. It's like, no, we
Right.
need to win. Like it's like kind of you need to have that like urgency. So like I feel like we did that because it's like there's no series. It's like one and done. So you kind of have to like dial in for like that game. So
Yeah. Yeah, and like how nerve wracking were those games? Like obviously in a normal season you have like a series to maybe like make up for games that you lost, but this is like you said, is one and done. So like how on edge on edge was everyone during those games?
like I don't sleep at night when we were having those games. Like I'm like up at night and I'm like I can't like I get so nervous. But yeah, it's like it's crazy because like you can't afford to have a bad game. Like
Right.
it's like the way it's set up. Like you have to always be like mentally and physically prepared. And like if you have a bad game, like you're done. So I think that's kind of like the mentality that like we were having was like we need to like make sure that we're doing our routines that we do and that we're consistent in our routines so that we're like ready to go
Yeah.
basically.
100%. And then you knock off U of T and then play Brock in the OUA championship. What was that game like, the finals?
Yeah, that was like a mental breakdown I think of our team. Like um our team is very skilled and very fast, but like I think sometimes like especially with Brock, like we didn't really know what to expect. And I think we were kind of expecting like someone who wasn't as strong, which like, again, how I was saying before, if like we almost had the mentality like, okay, we're going to win. Like we know we're going
Right,
to win.
right.
It's not like, okay, but they're still going to put up a fight or like, you know what I mean? So we kind of just were like expecting to win when we like didn't really fight for it, I guess. So it was tough.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was honestly more sad when we lost against in like the finals for Brock, like more than nationals, like because I'm like at least like we could have won like a gold there, you know.
Right.
So,
No, 100%. Nationals kind of like bonus to everything, right?
yeah.
I'm assuming that. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah. And I mean, obviously, and I don't know what, knowing that you were going to nationals, did that play into anything? Like, even if we lose this game, was that kind of like a setback? Like, we're gonna head to nationals anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, almost like this game didn't matter. Almost like that's
Good.
almost what it like. Not that it was that, but like
Mhm.
like people were kind of thinking that. Like not everybody, obviously, but like
For sure.
yeah. Because we
Gotcha.
are
Okay.
where we wanted to go, I guess. Yeah.
Right, 100%. And obviously, down there, you guys are ranked the 6th seed, end up making the finals, which is absolutely fantastic. So, take us through, those, I believe, is 3 games you got to play there, and I believe you had an apple in the 4-0 game against the University of New Brunswick. So, take us through those games.
Yeah, so the first game we went to, so like I think we played at like 7 the first game or something. And so there was another team on before us. And I remember like going out to the rink and like looking, just like watching the game or whatever. And I'm like, holy, like they're good. Like I was like, oh my God, like I'm like, what did I sign up for? No, but I was like, they're really good. Like, and I think that the game, whoever was playing there, they went to overtime, and like I knew it was gonna be like, I knew at this point in the season, like it's like everybody is good here now. It's not about like skill anymore. Like you can't like, you can't do your fancy toe drags anymore. It's like now it's just about working hard and like being mentally prepared. I think that was like for me, that was like what was more important than like I knew I was physically ready to go. Like I was always physically ready to go, but I think like being mentally ready was like more important for me just because there's so much pressure in those games. So
100%.
we beat oh my God, who did we play?
You played UBC.
UBC, yeah.
And
Nice
beat them
job,
1-0
yeah.
in OT. Yeah, I got the game. Actually, Katie,
Oh my God.
yeah, I got I got the game notes here. And I saw LeBurge had a delay a game. We didn't ask her about
Oh,
it, but do you remember what that delay a game was?
I think she was I think we were stuck in our end. I could be totally wrong, but I think we were stuck in our end. She just tried to like kind of flip it out, like not ice it, but like flip it out so it wouldn't be icing, but it went out like to the side.
Okay, I didn't know they called that. Yeah.
What are we in the
Okay.
NHL? That's a
Yeah,
rule?
no kidding.
No, yeah, like I actually think that's what it was, but I could be wrong. I don't know.
Okay, cool. Oh man, that's wicked.
Yeah.
And then you play University of New Brunswick and slap them 4-0. Like go in that game, like playing against again another top team, and you beat them handedly. Like how did that feel? Like you guys felt like you belonged there, type thing?
Yeah, like when we beat them like 4-0, I was kind of like surprised because you're at nationals, you don't really like expect to see a score like that. And I know like Brock got like killed like 7-0 against like Concordia, I think, or something. And like there was teams who were getting like 8-0, 6-0, whatever it was. So yeah, I was kind of like not surprising, but like I was kind of like, you don't really expect that. You think they're going to be all close games like how it was with UBC. But no, it was like a good like confidence boost, I guess, for us.
Mhm.
So yeah.
100%. Also checking the game notes here, you did have a cross-checking penalty. I don't know if there's some rough stuff happening during the game, but I just noticed that.
Probably. I don't even remember, honestly. Oh, you know what? Actually, I do remember this. No, and then I came off, and then I turned to I think it was Maggie McKee, and I was like, "Was that a bad penalty?" And she was like, "No, Turk thought that was a bad call or whatever." I was like,
There you go. You're good. You're in the clear.
"Thank God, I won't get in trouble."
Oh man, that's unreal. And obviously you guys make the finals but lose to Concordia. But I mean, obviously, like what a run. Like what was it like playing in a national championship final?
Yeah, it was like super hype. Like
Yeah.
it was really like intense. Like even our goalie coach, he's like a bit younger. Like he's like like some of the girls on the team are like older than him, but he's like it's just funny because like I'll go outside and like tape my stick or whatever, and I just see like he's got like his headphones in and he's like looking at the ground, like getting like dialed into the game. I'm like, okay, like yeah. So yeah, it was really cool though, and like tough we lost, but like I wasn't even really upset because I'm like, you know what, like that's like the best our school's ever done. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Like history upon history, what you guys did. And you mentioned him a few times is Turk, the Darren Turcotte. So, what was his message throughout this whole year, and how was it like playing for him?
Yeah, Turk's a funny guy. I love Turk though. He's good. He like before the finals, he was like because we always have like team meetings before our games, just like pre-scout and stuff, and he was like, no matter what the outcome is, like we've already won, like we've already won something here, just like won by being here, and like win or lose tonight, like we're still getting like a silver medal or a gold medal. So it was kind of like he had a good attitude about like the game and stuff. So yeah.
Love that. Love that.
So now let's dial it back into like the SO Cup. So let's talk a little bit about this year and like, what did you feel any pressure going into this season that you guys knew that you guys were to be the host of this tournament?
Yeah, I remember feeling pressure about that, like because I didn't want to be like, I always heard people saying like, oh, the host team like sucks always, and
Hey.
like yeah. Oh yeah, I guess. Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, it's true. Most of the time they do.
Yeah, no, because like even when we were at like in PEI though, like UPEI, I think they got like slapped like 6-0 or something.
Wow.
So
Okay.
like,
Yeah.
it's like not, it's like normal, I think, for the host team to be not as good. So you know, you don't want to go there and then like get embarrassed. So I think like Jay and like Mike that year, like they really like bringing back like Milan and like Alex and kind of like getting people to come back to play. Like our team was like stacked. Like I think we were like 21-1 that season. Like we lost like one. I think we lost our last game against like the Arrows. Like we were winning like all year. But yeah, there was a lot of pressure to win provincials, I
And
feel like.
you guys did win provincials though, right?
Yeah,
That
we
year?
did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so perfect. So you earned your spot then.
Yeah, we earned our spot there.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
So that finals game, Alex, I don't even know if you were there. I think you were there for that.
Yeah,
game.
I think I was. I can't remember. Yeah.
That's the busiest I've ever seen Countryside. So talk to us about that finals game and like the excitement having, family and friends there. How was that for you?
Yeah, it was really cool. Like, and it's just like, it's nice that like your whole family could come. Like my mom came to PI, which was nice to watch. But like then, all your friends can come, like all your family. So like it was really nice to have everybody there. It was also really nerve-wracking because like girls, like when you're playing like girls hockey, like it's like nobody comes to watch your games. So to have like full stands
crowd,
at Countryside, I was kind of like, holy, like I don't want to make a mistake. Like was kind of nervous at first to like mess up, I guess, but yeah.
Gotcha. And what would you say the main difference between national championship for like OUA is compared to like the SO Cup?
Honestly, they were pretty similar, like in the way it was set up. Yeah, it was like pretty similar. But the one bad thing about like in PI was that our dressing rooms with like the other team, like I would go outside and like, whatever, tape my stick or whatever, and like the other team would walk right by me because our dressing rooms were like right beside each other. So it was like in Countryside, like I don't know if like the dressing rooms are more spaced out,
Space
so you
out,
can
yeah.
kind of, like have that room, but like where we were, the arena was like there was only like one, like, or there was like two halls to the rink, so like everybody kind of had to, like, if you were on like the same side, you kind of had to like be around each other, which was like kind of awkward, but like yeah. That was
Yeah,
the
no,
only thing.
100%.
You want me to go to Jim?
Well, just a couple questions about that
Yeah.
ESO run before we move on.
Yeah.
First of all, you guys had a sick goal song. I remember it was "Jump" from Van Halen. That was
Oh, yeah.
unreal.
Oh yeah.
When that
Yeah, I
I
didn't
never
even remember that.
I remember Countryside just bumping when you guys were scoring. That song would come on. But yeah, I guess my question for you is like, was there a big difference between like OUA hockey and like the top of like midget hockey? Or do you see a lot of those similar girls play at the OUA level?
I think there is a really big jump, especially if you're playing midget double A and you want to go to OUA. I think that's a really big jump. And I think if you're going from PW to OUA, it's like not as much, like it's not as a big jump. But that's why I went to go play PW actually, was just to like kind of develop more. And I think I really did develop while I was there. But yeah, like midget double A compared to OUA is very, very different.
Gotcha. Okay. I mean, you transitioned it perfectly. You had to Mississauga to play in the PW. So what was it like moving away? I'm assuming it was the first time moving away from home, and what was that all like for you?
Yeah, like it was like good at first, and then like my school there was like I don't know if you've like ever heard of like Gonzaga. I went there and it was like super like Catholic school. Like I went to Llewellyn and it was like and like I was like they knew I played hockey and they're like, yeah, whatever. Like and then I went to this like Gonzaga school and it was like um I'm like crying to my chemistry teacher because I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Like so my like it was just hard schooling because all those kids are trying to get into U of T.
Right.
Everyone's like really competitive and I'm like, I'm just here to play like hockey. Like I don't really like sorry, I don't really care. But yeah, I was really homesick. So eventually I didn't even finish the season there just because like I was really homesick. So then I came home and but yeah, it was good. Like it was like the hockey was good.
Right. For sure. I think so. I think COVID ended up happening that year too, right? So I was like, it kind of worked out that kind of way. Yeah. So what was it like? Obviously about like a year and a bit off before ever playing another like university game for Nip. Obviously a lot of time off with COVID. What was it like just staying fit and getting on the ice during COVID?
Yeah, it was like stressful because you didn't really know like what was going to happen next because like things kept getting pushed back. And actually like when I was going from Laurentian to Nipissing, it wasn't like 100% sure that I was going there just because like I was like in nursing or like I was going to do nursing or whatever. But then obviously that's like a really competitive program. He can't just kind of like squeeze me into it. So like it wasn't really for sure that I was coming, and it was actually super last minute that I came to Nipissing. So like I didn't even like train the summer before I came here.
Okay.
It's like kind of out of shape, but like I got back into shape pretty quickly.
Yeah.
He went back into shape and yeah, no, it was kind of stressful though, but no, it was good.
No doubt. Yeah.
Was there any ever thought, Katie, to like maybe just call it a career? Because I know a lot of people during that gap, like OHL, OUA, even like AAA, just stopped playing this like any sport they were playing. Like, did that ever cross your mind?
Yeah, like I was like basically in June, like we were trying to like he was trying to like get me into nursing or whatever, and like yeah, like I said, you just can't just like put someone into nursing because it's like so competitive. And
Right.
uh so I was like, okay, well, I'm not gonna come if I can't do the program I want, because like that's the whole point of me going to school. So yeah, like then he's like, yeah, I can't get you in or whatever. So then like all the summer goes by and I'm like, well, there's no point of me like training, like training as if I'm going to go play hockey. Like I was still
Right.
kind of like running or whatever. I was doing CrossFit for a bit and then I kind of stopped doing that. But and then I think it was literally like September 1st, Turk calls me out of nowhere. I haven't like heard from him since like June. And he's like, oh, like I got you into nursing. Do you want to come play still? And I was like, I guess so. So
I guess I'm on my way.
it was really last minute. And like I was like, well, I haven't been training all summer, just so you know. And then he's like, it's okay. And I was like, okay. So Yeah.
Oh, safe to say it was a good decision hockey wise.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. Like it was super last minute, but yeah.
Right. And I mean, you were set to play for LU hometown. I see you're on LU's roster, so the final roster of LU's hockey's existence. So
Um,
what was it like getting the news there, like that they were cutting the program? I'm sure, obviously you didn't get to play a game for them, but what was it like, around the hockey community and the team?
It was like really unexpected actually, because we like Stacy was like telling me about recruits, and like she's like, oh, I have recruits coming, and like maybe you could like meet with them and like whatever. And I'm like, yeah, whatever, we can do that. And anyway, then we get an email. I remember we got an email, and it was like mandatory or emergency Zoom or something like super weird like that. And so yeah, we went on that Zoom, and it was literally like it was like we got the email at like 2, and then the Zoom was at like 2:30, so it was like right away. And as soon as I logged onto the Zoom and I saw everyone's face, or especially when I saw like Stacy's face and stuff, like she was looking down, and like I just knew, like I was like, oh, because like there had been rumors and stuff,
Right.
and like people were like, yeah, it was like on a Zoom, like everybody's already like super like disconnected, and then like to like get that news on Zoom, it was pretty tough, and people were like crying. But like, yeah, it's pretty sad for like Sudbury.
Yeah.
100%.
Like I think it's pretty bad that like you can't Sudbury's such a big town, and like you can play, there's no like junior team, like there's no like there's midget AA, but like there's no university, there's nothing you can really go on to, like you'll have to move away. So like that's kind of sad. I feel for the younger girls, but
You're bang on, Katie.
Well
I
said.
I tell Tom that all the time. I said North Bay does it like way better than
oh yeah,
us, like tenfold. Like facility wise, I'm sure the facilities are phenomenal there, and everything. Like and North Bay is like half the, maybe a quarter size of Sudbury. So yeah,
it's like that's like a huge upset for like girls hockey, like
100%.
yeah.
Mhm. So let's talk a little bit more about North Bay. How is it away from hockey to live in that city?
It's yeah, that's like the last place I like thought I would end up, to be honest with you. But now that I'm here, I'm like, well, like I actually really like living in a small town, because like I don't really like do it. Like I don't really like go out or anything. Like
Yeah.
like my whole team kind of just like boring, because like there's no like downtown core like how there is in Sudbury. Like you just kind of like go to like we just have like team parties or whatever if we're
Gotcha.
gonna do something. But yeah, like it's super like even when I don't know if you saw on Instagram or anything, but like we when we got home like from our trip, like all
Mhm.
those kids were there waiting for us, like they like love our team, like it's so cute. So it's like nice to be in a small community like that. But yeah.
Didn't
Yeah.
didn't you guys just do something with the North Bay Ice Bolts? Did I see that right on Twitter?
Yeah, so we had like a little public skate with them, and then we I think it was yesterday, we went to like the Ice Bolts like midget AA game. They were
Okay.
playing Sudbury, and then like all the other little Ice Bolt girls were there, and they like
Cute.
all like wanted our autographs and stuff. So
That's awesome. You guys are famous.
oh yeah.
Did you
Man.
did you sign any autographs, Katie, or what?
Yeah, a few.
Oh man, love that. So a little more on the schooling side, like how big? Obviously, nursing is a tough program, and so I guess take us through how busy it is during the year, and how do you kind of juggle it with hockey?
Oh yeah, it's yeah, if you're not organized, and like if you do not know how to communicate, like you will not succeed. Like um I am always like talking to people, like I'm always like planning ahead. I don't know if you use Google Calendar, but like that is like my savior. And I could like edit it really quick. Like so there's one other girl or two other girls who we're all in nursing together. So we're kind of all like struggling together. But yeah, it's super busy with like clinical especially.
Right.
It's just like tiring. Like when you go to clinical, it's like you're working, so it's like really tiring. Like I remember one day we had like on Tuesdays we would have practice at like 9:30 at night. So and like sometimes we would have one during the day at like 2 or like 1 or 2. So I remember I had practice from like 1 to 2, and then I had to be at clinical at 2:30 to like 8 or something. Yeah, 2:30 to 8, and then I had to go to practice at like 9:30 to 10:30. And then yeah, it's just like
Exhausting. Holy smokes.
yeah, it is. So like if you're not like if you're not fully like committed to like what you're like doing, you're gonna, not enjoy your life probably.
Yeah, no, 100%. Yeah. And how do you enjoy nursing? Like clinical, obviously getting to work in there. Like, how do you like it so far?
Yeah, I actually really like it. Like it's very like eye-opening experience. Especially like the first time I ever like went in and saw a patient. Like, you don't really like realize until like you see like how vulnerable these people are. So
Mhm.
it was really eye-opening for me. Yeah.
Gotcha. Big appreciation for nurses.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how you guys do it. It's nuts.
Katie, what's the plan for the summer? Are you I think you're coming home, but are you staying in North Bay? Did that ever cross your mind?
It did cross my mind, but yeah, no, I'm gonna come home. So
You gonna
yeah.
come home and train? Are you gonna train at the basement this year?
No, Oliver doesn't want me to. You gotta convince him.
As if.
I tell him all the time. I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna come train with you and Tommy and Brett.
Why not? We'd welcome you.
You and I will be partners.
There you go. Perfect. We don't like Oliver anyways. No, I'm kidding. I have the question here. I have to ask you. So last summer you were his caddy for a golf tournament. Is that right?
Yeah.
I don't understand how you had the patience to do that. But are you much of a golfer?
Hey,
yourself?
she's gonna be a nurse. She's gotta have lots of pay. That's a great test as being a caddy.
No, like I don't know anything about golf, so I'm just like, I was just trying to be like, I'm just trying to like, cause he's
A good
gone.
girlfriend. Yeah.
He's gone for so long, and I'm like, well, I'll just come and like I would walk, and we would walk the 18 holes, and like, I would turn on my Apple Watch, and I'm like, there, that's my workout for the day. Like you burn so many calories.
He was so funny.
100%.
I still remember like the week of that tournament. He was like telling our trainer John, he's like, I can't be doing like this. I can't be doing that. I don't want to be sore. I'm like, Ollie, you're gonna be fine at some junior tournament.
Like no, I've never met somebody who's so competitive.
Oh, I know.
Like I'm like, this isn't even like your sport. Like hockey is your sport. Like this is just something you do for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he's
funny.
very competitive, but
Yeah, he's been dying for. I'm not sure if you know that we run like these golf matches for the podcast, and like he's been texting me whenever I do that he wants a match against me and Alex. So maybe we will see you there, Katie. Maybe you can be a part of our team to get under Oliver's skin.
honestly, I should. Yeah.
100%. Love it. Any interest in you playing golf? Are you a golfer? Have you tried? Has Ollie tried getting you in it?
Yeah, like I've gone to like the golf simulator before.
Okay.
And like I'm like, I don't know, like it's really embarrassing because like I feel like I should be good because I play hockey, and it's like I'm just like awful, and like I don't even want to embarrass myself by like I feel like I'm too old at this point, so I'm like, okay, I'll just caddy, like I don't even care.
Oh man, that's too good. It is a tough game to pick up. It is a tough game for sure.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's not easy at all. All right, Kitty. Last thing before we let you go, it's our Fast Five. So it's 5 rapid fire questions. Whatever comes to the top of your head, let it rip. And I'll send it over to Tom to go here.
Okay, thank you. What's your favorite show or movie?
Oh God. Sorry, this isn't very quick.
I put show and movie purposely,
and
Katie.
movie.
Come on. Or movie, one or the other.
I'll say like Grey's Anatomy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What's your dream travel destination? You don't like planes, so I don't know.
Sudbury when I come home.
Yeah, my bed. My dream destination. Maybe like Paris.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. What is the wind song in the room?
Our win song. Oh my god. I don't even know what the name of it is. I just know how
Oh.
it goes. And I don't want to sing it for you, but
That's fine.
Well, do you like the wind song?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay.
It's good.
What's your nickname along the team?
Chomer.
Chomer. Okay. And what's your favorite Sudbury restaurant?
Probably like Buzzies
Oh
or
my
like
God.
what?
That's a new answer. No.
That's it. We've never had Buzzies before. That is awesome.
Really? Or like Cuppa Joe, like
Yeah, I know you
Okay,
like that place. I know she likes that place.
yeah.
Yeah.
cool. Good. So usually we get like P&Ms is like out of 100 podcasts we'll do, probably 90 of them will be
Yeah.
P&Ms. So I'm happy you chose something different.
I've actually like been to P&M's once. Like,
Okay.
I think it's pretty expensive, eh?
Yeah, it is for the not upper echelon, but it is there's a little bit of an expensive taste there for sure. Good date night spot. Take notes, Ollie. There you go. Well, listen, Katie, thank you so much for coming on and chatting with us. I mean, awesome run you guys went on, and your story's nuts. Like from not playing hockey to showing up September 1st and going on a run with them to national championship. It's phenomenal. So keep doing what you're doing. I know Burge did say that the team is going to look good next year too as well. So hopefully you guys do make it back to back. But yeah, best of luck, and we'll always be cheering you on here from BTB. So thanks for coming on. We appreciate it.
Thank you.